I mean, sometimes you don't check your messages for. Sometimes I look at it on my watch, and then I'm like,
And
oh, I'm gonna
hadn't
get
been
to him.
hadn't been wearing my watch. Well, what had happened
What
was
happened?
I when I got a new phone, I can't get it to sync. So anytime
Really?
you see me wearing my Apple Watch, it's just for show
It's
because
for
it won't
show.
sync. I gotta figure it out.
I wouldn't even wear it for show. I definitely have to wear mine because you're gonna
I be
count these
one.
calories
I'm
and you're gonna
done.
count these steps,
I'm
and
done.
you're gonna get these workouts put in. Okay.
I know, right? When I start back running for real, I'm gonna have to get it going because I like to have my running sessions.
It's therapy, girl.
It is, and I like to see what I'm doing.
It motivates you. It
It really
motivates
does,
me. I can say that for sure. It
and to
motivates
see
me.
what your other friends are doing.
Yeah, because I'm gonna
Because
challenge you, and I'll be like, get your little.
some people do
You do
that,
it.
but me honestly, just seeing like it come across this person has finished the workout, I'd be like, damn, I gotta get out. I gotta do a
That's
workout.
true.
Like it just kind of,
You know who's one of those people?
oh,
VJ.
he has come across.
All
I
the
don't even worry
time.
about him. I don't
Because
even worry about him because
he
he
on a
already be
different
working out.
level.
But like with one of my sororities, my line sisters, she work out just as much. She's not a trainer, but she work out just as much.
Uh-huh.
And when hers come across, I'd be like, you know what, Ladonna, you know what,
Get it together.
you got to get it together, girl.
But do you get up and work out?
Uh, honestly, before my watch went out, I was already working out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's never a problem, but some days,
You need that motivation.
you do need that motivation
Yeah.
because you be like,
Do I need
fuck
to
this shit.
Fuck this shit. Can I roll out of bed right now?
I'm going to roll out of bed right, especially since the pandemic. Like I'm rolling,
Yeah.
I'm rolling it out
Because
of the bed.
if I don't, you're going to be rolling me out of the bed, and we don't want that.
We don't want that.
Are you ready to
Let's
go?
get it.
Two dope girls, yeah, it's a podcast. Two dope girls, yeah, we speaking all facts. Two dope girls, yeah, we got it, just relax. Two dope girls, hit like, subscribe back. Two dope girls, and we on it, never slack. Two dope girls, and we got each other back. Two dope girls, and we coming for the cash.
Two dope girls, and we all about a bag.
Dope girl, dope girl.
All right.
Yeah. Hey, you guys. Welcome back to Two Dope Girls Podcast. I am Grace.
I am Ladonna. I almost forgot to say that.
She almost did.
Let me scoot a little. Why is that Starburst still down there? You know what? Before I leave, make sure I pick it up, okay? Because it's been down there for like a month and a half. Okay, like come on, Content Factory. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. That's me. Because clearly I dropped it. It was mine. How you been, girl?
You're so silly. I've been good. How about you? How was your
I'm
week?
good. I don't even remember my week. I remember having to go into work. That
This week was
frustrating.
the first day back at work for us. How
Yeah.
was that for you?
I have not been a full day of work yet
Me either.
because this week it was the inclement weather.
Oh, so you had to leave?
So they closed the building down at 1.
Yeah.
So we had to leave.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, last week I had a doctor's appointment. So I only spent like 3 hours there last week.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Same. I spent 3 hours there, and this week was my first week back, and I only spent 3 hours there because I
Yeah.
had an appointment. I was like, I gotta go. Bye.
Bye.
But what else
Yeah.
did you do this week?
Nothing. I did nothing. I have not had any energy, any motivation, any inspiration. I've just been like in a little funk.
It's like that
all week.
sometimes. I think that's when you know that you have to just kind of like chill
Mm-hmm.
and like kind of regroup.
For me, it's not chill. That's when I know I gotta like get up and do something, because if I allow myself to sit in the funk, it's just
You're gonna get deeper and deeper.
and deeper. Yeah.
I
So
get
I'm
that.
like, I ain't putting no content out this week. I just been in the funk.
didn't.
I've been in the funk.
I've been like that lately, but I had to snap myself out of it
Yeah.
because I think I'm speaking for myself when I say I think you, but for me,
Mhm.
to speak for myself, I get to a point where I'm just like, is it like, am I really I mean, I want to do it, but why don't I feel motivated, or why don't I feel like that creativity that I had before?
That's what it is. It's almost like a lack of creativity. Like I don't,
Yeah.
but it's not even just creativity. It's like I don't want to do crap. Like I don't want to clean up. I don't want to be a mom. I don't want to be a wife. I want to go and put a hoodie on.
Oh, that's a little deep.
And well, I mean, I don't think so. I don't
Okay.
think it's that deep because I mean, it's nothing wrong with stepping back and resetting.
And shutting down and just
And
resetting, yeah.
and we can't as mothers and wives. That's
That's
not something that's easy for us to do.
I think we can, but do we ask for that help, or do we tell our partner?
I've been telling my husband
Oh.
that I just wanted even if I go to the hotel around the corner
Right.
and just 24 hours of just sitting there.
Eating what you want to
Eat what I want to eat.
Nobody bothering
Nobody
you.
bother. Like I need that.
Yeah.
I really need that.
Yeah.
But but I'm
Uh-huh.
also trying to create a life for myself that is something that I can make available to myself.
Right.
Right now, it's kind of like grind time.
It's grind time. And you know what? I totally understand that because, as moms, as women, as, just go-getters, people who want to just get out there and do our damn thing. It's really hard to kind of disassociate your roles that you are obligated to.
Right.
From what you're trying to do, right?
Mhm.
Like you have to be a wife. You don't really have to be. I mean, that's what you choose to be.
Right. No, we chose it.
Yeah, you choose to be a wife.
Yeah.
But you have to be a mother,
Right.
no matter what. Whatever happens. So it's like, how do I manage and take care of myself? I know we just got off on a tangent like that.
I know we did, but
we were
that's
just talking
okay.
about the week. It is
That's
okay.
okay. This hour.
It's our
SHIT.
shit. I'm a curse. She may not, but this our shit.
I'm trying to get better, y'all.
Yeah, but you'll get better. I mean, it's perfectly fine to feel that way, and it's perfectly fine to have those moments when we feel like I don't want to be bothered with nobody.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
And leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
And when I say leave me alone, I mean leave me alone.
Yeah, for real. Because when I get in my space where I am feeling a little more energy, feeling a little more motivated, I do it.
Yeah.
Things still get done. They're
Right.
just not to 100%. You know what I
Right.
mean?
And just understand that that's how we feel, and just give us our space.
Give us our space. That's important.
Yeah.
Give us our space.
You know what? I think finally there's been a time where in my household where the men in my household give me my space, when even if I don't say give me my space, they know when to give me my space if I'm being in a certain kind of way. And if I ask to give me my space, they'll give me my space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. One day.
You'll get there.
Yeah, one day. Right now I have drama queens. No space. From the oldest to the dog. All of them are drama queens. The dog be
And then
falling
at least you
out.
could call the dog a little bit.
I ain't calling no little bitch, but I do say get your ass in that crate. That's what I say. Get your, and she knows she be looking.
Did she go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. How was yours?
My week was good.
Yeah.
I had date night last night. We went to go see Bill Burr. Don't ask him. I mean, he's a comedian, but
Where?
BJCC.
Oh, okay.
BJCC, yeah.
Okay.
Not to start on. This is like, he had a real deal crowd. This white comedian.
Oh, okay.
It's so funny because I was like, who is this guy? Like, my husband loves comedy.
Me too.
And I'm just like, he wanted to see Andrew Schultz. Okay, so
Okay.
Andrew Schultz had came and gone, and I was like, damn, I forgot to get tickets for him.
Mhm.
So he was like, okay, well, Bill Burr is coming. We can go there. So I took him out for date night, which was fun, and it was good. It was entertaining. We met like this cool little white couple that sat behind us, an old
cool.
couple girl.
Oh, cute.
I was like, you want to take a picture with me? I like taking pictures with strangers. She was like, yeah. And she was just
Okay.
girl.
Okay, sis.
She was like, come on, peace. But she was really sweet. But the thing is, we noticed when we were at the concert, because Bill Burr, he's a comedian, but he's married to a black lady.
Okay.
Every couple that we saw, if it was not
They
a
were interracial.
well, if it's either a white crowd or it was just like I think me, Scoop, and another couple was the only like
Black couple.
black couple.
Really?
But if you saw a couple that was it was either white man, black woman, or black woman and white man.
Wow.
I'm just like really like what we saw tons of it and I was just like this is so funny to me.
That is so cool.
It was just weird, but we had a good time.
You know, because it would have been real bad if you would only see black man and white woman. Like if I didn't see the opposite, I would have been like real mad. Like every time I saw it, like my pressure would have been like building up.
Like really,
like
really.
What the? But because it was reciprocated, because there was a balance.
It was a balance.
I'm like, okay, I like it. You know.
Yeah. We made a few little friends. We had a good time. Yeah, Bill Burr. That's him.
Was he funny?
He was really funny. He's like a really off the cuff kind of comedian, and I can see why my husband likes him because I guess they have the same kind of sense of humor. Just
I love it.
Whatever. But we had a good week. We had just busy.
Yeah,
doing our thing.
Yeah.
Do we have a game? We don't even have
got
a
no game, but we're going to do short.
Ooh,
let's take this. Let me. Y'all want to hear this? Sprite.
Wait.
Okay, what we toasting to?
We're toasting to a good night because we want to turn up tonight.
I'm trying to turn up. I'm outside.
Can you pour me some too?
Girl,
Because I'm
I got
starting
a
to
big
get
one.
to be an old
chaser?
lady. Yeah, like I need a little.
Well, I've been chasing.
I need a little behind it.
Okay, cool.
So we are chosen.
You got yours, Dez? You already had yours?
To a good night.
Good night.
Ching, ching.
Woo!
I took the whole one with you.
Yeah, gotta put some hair on your chest, girl.
Oh.
Because you know we be cold until we take that first shot. Okay, so y'all, this is kind of like a bonus episode for us. We didn't have a guest, and we just kind of wanted to
do what we want to do.
Do what we wanted to do. But for us, it's going to be more of an episode where you kind of get to know us, more of our opinion on certain topics or certain questions that we'll pose to each other. And it's going to be real fun. We have a couple hot topics because, of course, you can't skip over those, especially when they are so great this week.
Yeah, we have one for sure.
For sure that's great, but no, two. Because the other one is not a great thing, but it's a big deal. Okay. Yeah, well, that's a big deal. You don't give a fuck.
I'm not saying I don't give a fuck. I just don't remember what the second one was.
I said Will.
Oh, Will.
That's a big deal.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
You say Will, and I'm just thinking like W-I-L, like the lowercase W, not like Smith.
Like, I will go. Yes. Not Will Smith. I
was like, wait,
I'm so weak.
Did we talk about this beforehand?
I'm so weak. It's the shot, y'all. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Okay, you want to start off with our first great one?
So our first great one, let's give a huge shout out to the Honorable Ketanji Brown Jackson, the 116th Supreme Court Justice.
The first black female.
The first black female in their 232-year history.
Yes.
Isn't that crazy? Hopefully we don't have to wait another
232 years.
Well, hopefully we don't even have to wait another 20 years.
Of course.
You know? We want somebody we want this Supreme Court to be more progressive.
Absolutely. I think we are more on our way. Y'all probably know, if y'all are avid listeners, y'all know I'm churchy. I'm going to always give church. I'm going to always give it. Okay. But I've been listening to a lot of preachers and a lot of prophets, and they've been saying that this is the season that there's going to be a big shift in politics. People that you didn't think were supposed to be in those spaces are going to be in those spots, in those spaces, and it's going to cause a shift in our political system. Right. So I am just here for it. I know God has a lot, that he's trying to do with the world right now.
And with us black folks.
with us black folks,
I'm
it's
telling
our
you,
time, and
it
we
is our
have
time.
we have to take. This is a little tangent, okay? But we have to take our power back.
Reclaim it.
We have to take our. We are worth everything, every talent, every gift that we have. We have to be. We're powerful,
Right.
and we have to know we're powerful.
And we have to learn how to this is my tangent, work together as a community.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah.
But honestly, her appointment to the Supreme Court, I feel like it's still an imbalance in the Supreme Court,
Oh,
but
absolutely.
it's still a forward move in the right direction.
Yeah. It's just like with Georgia, when they became is it a red state?
a
It's
blue state.
Blue state.
Yeah, because
I'm
they were
sorry.
already
Blue.
they were a red state
They
before.
were, but they became Democratic state.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just slowly but surely,
It's getting there.
Yeah, it's getting there.
It's slow.
Very slow.
Slow is the operative word. It's slow. But Ketanji Jackson will be sworn in after Justin Stephen Breyer retires this summer. So
Yay! You
Good
can
for
retire.
her.
You can retire early if you want to, sir.
he's like, nah, I'm gonna sit on this seat a little
A
longer.
little longer.
A little longer. What else you got?
Girl, go ahead. Go ahead and tell
Okay, let
us
me ask you a question about because I sent you a post from the Shade Room. I think
Okay.
it was like early in the morning. And
Okay.
it was the post that T.I. was at the comedy club with this young lady, and I forget her name.
Mhm.
Forgive me. But
And he acted an ass.
he acted an ass
Mhm.
over a joke that she made about I guess his allegations.
Mhm.
So how do you feel about his reaction to her being a female too?
Blink.
I was about to say that.
I don't care for T.I. as a person, as a man.
Really?
No.
Okay.
I don't care. He's one of those people that if I ever saw him in person, I would totally pass by him like he was nobody. Because he thinks he's this big person when really the way you act and the way you treat women makes you very small in my book. Very small.
Yeah, that's not the first time I've
Not
heard
the
that
first.
he's
And when
gone-
Shekinah was like, yo, he's an asshole. Like
Yeah.
the way I think she said something about she was on a flight, first class, and he came on the flight and passed by her. I'm sure Tiny was on the flight as well.
Okay.
But he passed by her and was like, "Oh, they letting the help in first class
I
now."
did remember that.
Like he's an asshole.
Yeah. They think it's funny.
Male chauvinist.
But it's a
To the 10th power.
yeah. I've heard he's a chauvinist. I mean, I don't know this personally because I don't know him personally, but that reaction, I just think it was so uncalled for. It was so aggressive,
It
and
was
I hate
for a
using
young
aggressive-
lady.
Yes, for a young lady, and I'm just like, and he was saying my nigga, and I was just like, okay, well, I see the colorful wig, and I'm like, okay, it's Georgia, I ain't gonna judge, right? So
right.
it's like, well, it could have just been a guy,
Right.
but I didn't know until she had put her statement out
Right.
that it was a young lady, and I was just like, dang, he was talking to her hard.
And I'm so glad that she stood her ground. She didn't.
did.
I'm sorry, Tia. No, you can't go around doing what you want to do.
Right. That was
Y'all,
hard.
people gonna learn. People
She
are
said
going
I'm
to learn.
dangerous. She said don't walk up on me like that.
I'm dangerous. For real.
That's how I feel. That's how. Yeah, that's her. I don't know her name. What's her name?
Oh, that might be a dude. Is it a dude?
No, she's a young
Oh, it's a
lady.
girl. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
She's gay though.
She okay,
Oh.
okay.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
just, you know.
Probably thought it was my
Yeah. Oh, now do he have a picture with her?
Oh, well, they made up. So he did come back out and apologize. And I do think that was commendable of him for saying that. And they sat next to
should.
each other. But I try not to judge people on their past, right? So we're kind of judging his behavior because he popped off. But if he's working on himself, right? Maybe he's
Yeah.
just like, you know what, I went too far.
Or maybe he was intoxicated. Maybe,
He could've.
it was
And it struck-
pushed.
Maybe it really struck a chord because maybe this really did not happen.
You think so?
I don't know. Maybe, he's
don't-
been
this
involved
is-
in a whole
but
lot of
this is-
allegations,
I don't,
right?
I don't know if we've talked about this in the past, but personally, that's just me. In my opinion. I don't think it's true either, because there are so many women in the world that would be like, cool, T.I. Tiny, cool,
Right.
I'm there. When? What time? How much?
Right. And if it don't go the way they want it,
Right. We gonna move on out. I'm
Right.
gonna move on out. But there's no way I have to drug, if I'm T.I., I have to drug women to have sex with me and my wife.
Right.
I don't care if it is something you and your family do, you and your wife does. Like, you're not the only ones. But I'm not drugging nobody to do it. You don't have to.
Right. You know what? I think they're probably a part of that lifestyle, but maybe they were like recruiting somebody and they're like, hey, don't tell nobody. And that person was like, well, if you give me XYZ, maybe I ain't gonna tell. And then they're like, okay, well, you're not a part of us anymore.
Right.
It could have been one of those situations. We just never know.
Right. And we can't put ourselves
speculate
in their bedroom. Whatever they like as a married couple,
Hey.
and that's them.
Right.
Period. Yeah. I'm not paying nobody to come and have sex. I mean, sex is just too
It's too available.
Like, there's no way you need to pay somebody to have sex. But
some people do.
But hey, prostitutes gotta get it. They gotta keep a job. So you guys, whoever is paying
But
the
you have
prostitutes,
those
keep
men
paying.
who want to live a secret life too and don't want people to know. So that's why they go to prostitutes, right? Pay them a little bit and just go
that
on your
little
business.
bit. That's just okay. Let me stop. Okay. So, have y'all been hearing about this whole Russell Wilson being called a simp or
I
corny
heard.
or
Who said that? It was on
Who said
somebody's podcast.
I don't know
Get out my
who's
body. Somebody's
who-
podcast.
right. I don't know who it was on or why, but I'm trying to figure out why they're calling this man a simp or corny or lame. I don't care. He is an amazing man. Any man that takes on children that are not his own, treat them as though they were, protects his family, takes care of his family, treat his woman like a queen, on and off the camera.
Right.
He's being called a simp. He's being called corny for that.
No, I saw the clip
Okay.
in passing that you're talking about. I don't know whose podcast it is. I don't know who said it, but I just briefly saw he was referencing you give up Future, or I don't know what he said about Future in comparison to Russell, but I'm thinking he's like, how did you leave Future for Russell? And Russell seems like a simp, right? Or it seems like a soft
Vanilla.
Yeah. I mean, give me safe,
I licked
secure, and vanilla
I
any
licked
day.
that cone. I licked that vanilla
that
cone.
I'm about to say what that
I
was.
sure would. Future was not taking care of Ciara. He was not taking care of her heart. He showed he was not going to protect and provide for her. You know what I'm saying?
She wanted a family.
She did, and he wanted to play.
Right. I mean, if I was Ciara and I had to choose between a guy who has multiple children and who may or may not have been faithful in these streets, as they say, right?
Yep.
But you have this other guy who wants a family, who wants a secure life, who wants, just that stability. What do you choose?
Of course.
You choose the stability, right?
Especially a woman in her 30s. She's going to choose stability.
Right.
Yeah, a young woman, a woman in her 24, 25-year-old woman may make the mistake of choosing a man that's going to give them notoriety.
Oh, that little thrill.
That little edge,
Because I'm sure Future is fun. He got a lot of babies.
I bet he is fun in every aspect.
Fun.
I bet when you see him walk in with his pants hanging half like that, you like, I'm going to stick beside him. I'm going to stick beside him.
So silly.
But yeah, no, in our 30s, we're like, I'm good. I'll take stability. I take a man that's gonna,
make you feel
cater
comfortable
to
and
me.
safe. It's not even for me. It's not the catering part. It's are you going to make me feel secure? Are you going to make me feel like I don't have to worry about what you're doing when you're away?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to provide the life that I'm expecting you to provide for me?
Right.
Because I'm going to provide the life that you want for me as a wife. So
If you're providing, that's what I was getting at with the catering.
Mhm.
As far as if a man caters to you the way you want to be catered to, it makes it extremely easy for you to reciprocate that, and the other way around, right?
Right.
And once a couple figures out how I can service my husband or my mate or my partner the way that they want to be serviced, then they'll reciprocate that, hopefully,
Right.
and service me the way I want to be serviced. That's still a difficult thing in a marriage. It depends on what stage y'all in, what, you know what I mean? Like who feeling what, y'all being petty this month, it got a lot of factors.
Yeah, they are. But I mean, yeah, I would take Russell over Future, especially in my adult age now. Not in my younger years.
I would have had to pick Future. I'm
Me
not
and
gonna
Future,
lie.
We
I ain't
ride.
gonna lie. I'm like, I'm young. I didn't think about no marriage. Like, give me Future.
Right. I don't even want your baby. Like,
Right,
we don't
right.
even- we ain't on that level.
I
You
don't
what I'm
know.
saying?
If
I ain't
I'm
trying
broke-
to trap you.
if I'm
no,
broke,
no.
Like, ooh, let me.
Nah, I ain't even trying to trap you. I don't want you like that. That's a whole lifetime responsibility. I don't want it.
You can get trapped by a broke nigga if you want to, or trapped by a rich one. Which one you gonna let trap you?
I don't want nobody to trap me.
I'm kidding. Okay. Girl, Will Smith. My God.
Before we get to Will Smith, let me ask you a question. Have you ever reached into your
Nope.
your grandmother's like medicine cabinet and got a pill when you were younger?
Absolutely
like,
not.
Just like for
No.
Advil or nothing?
No.
Really?
No.
Daz, have you?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Just
surprised you
scripts, baby.
haven't.
Come on.
No. I was.
Oh.
I'm a church girl.
What do you mean?
Meaning I was sheltered. I didn't know anything about that. Like
It's not
pulling out
even,
a pill.
it's not even to
No,
get
I
high.
didn't know.
It's not even to get high. It
No.
was just like, okay, you got a headache and like go get one of your grandma pills or whatever.
No.
No. Really?
Yeah, I'm kicking it on Willie Mays.
Okay,
That's
what
so
happened?
cool. Well, I'm just asking because
Cause something happened. What happened?
okay,
What happened was
so 2 men were arrested in the largest drug bust in Orange County in more than a decade. And I asked that because, a lot of people, they will ask somebody, like if I have a headache and I'm like, Ladonna, do you have Tylenol?
Right,
And you're like,
right.
yeah, I got Tylenol.
yeah.
But also with this this drug bust, there was fentanyl,
Oh Lord.
enough to kill 14 million people, okay? So I'm saying this because, a lot of people in Hollywood have gotten bad drugs lately. Remember those comedians who, a couple of them overdosed because they had like some bad drugs with
Right.
some fentanyl, Michael K. Williams.
Yep.
They said that it's alleged that Prince also had taken drugs with fentanyl in it. And what I want to know is, do you ever talk to your girls about receiving drugs or pills or just any kind of medication from anybody?
I haven't yet. I haven't yet because that's a lot.
It's a lot.
God.
Ain't it, man?
It was a lot of drugs seized
We could have been high for years.
for years. Okay, so
no,
it was 20 pounds of fentanyl pills, right? 20.5 pounds of fentanyl pills that were
They're
received.
gonna give them life.
They need to have life. That drugs on the street is no joke, and they're just putting fentanyl.
Especially fentanyl.
And it takes a minuscule amount of fentanyl to kill you. So that's why I asked, like, have you ever thought about even, like, when would you have that conversation with, especially Parker?
Ooh, child. The most I'm thinking about right now is sex with Parker.
Okay.
Because they are so more mature than we were
Right.
when I was in the 4th, 5th grade,
Mhm.
and like I said before on the podcast, when I was in the 4th grade or 5th grade, they caught some girls tabletop dancing at our elementary school,
Mhm.
and we all got in trouble, and we couldn't get a popsicle out the.
Pops.
We couldn't, and I really liked my popsicles. Okay,
Right.
so I'm saying that to say, like, it was thought about,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
In our girls at that age. So right now they're very interested in got boys, and they're getting their body is developing.
Right.
So that's the thing I'm thinking about. I hadn't even thought about drugs.
And it's not necessarily that they're going to take drugs,
Yeah.
but like we were just asking this, like sometimes you just ask somebody, "Hey, I got a headache," and they're
Mhm.
like, "Well, take this,"
And we
and
don't know what.
she might not even know what it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've always taught my son. I was like, ever since he was little. I mean, I just had a list. I'm like, I'm gonna make sure that he knows about every ill intent that somebody can do
Mm-hmm.
that's around him.
Yeah.
I was like, don't accept food from nobody if
Yep.
it's not in a wrapper. I was like,
Mhm.
even if it is in a wrapper,
Don't let
like
them pour you no juice, drink.
Don't leave your drink. Don't let nobody pour you anything. Don't let
Mm-mm.
nobody give you anything that is unsealed.
Mm-hmm.
Like all of that, because you
Mhm.
just never. People are evil.
Mm-hmm.
People are really evil,
Very
so you just
evil.
never know like what can happen with that. And recently, I was like, you know what, I talked to him about this before, but I just never really honed in on like really having a conversation with him about the medication or the pills and stuff. And I was just like, never. He was like, "Ma, I don't even like taking my allergy medicine."
Yeah.
So he was like, "No, I'm not going to take anything from anybody." And I was just like, just make sure, because
You never know what it
never
is.
know.
They lacing weed out here.
They're lacing weed. If
Like,
it
you
ain't from the
can't even-
dispensary, I don't want it.
You can't even smoke weed comfortably no more.
I know.
So,
street weed used to be the best.
It used to be the
weed.
best. Now you don't know what's in that mess.
I know.
Oh, they rhyme.
She just hit a
weed
bar.
used to be the
Bars.
I'm so weak. I have a question.
What's up?
Would you consider yourself petty?
It depends.
You
On the
petty? You
situation.
petty this?
Depends on the situation
Y'all petty?
and who it is.
For real?
It depends. Like, what do you consider petty though?
Like, like Dez, his wife is short.
Uh-huh.
And he put her nail supplies on
Oh,
the top
so-
shelf.
oh, yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Like, that's petty. Like, why would you do that?
I do that just to
Yeah.
Just to-
Especially if I'm mad at you.
You're
Yes.
just petty. Why y'all petty like that?
You know what I do? Let me tell you what I do.
You put the light on top of the refrigerator.
Y'all are petty.
I wasn't talking to my husband for a minute, for a quick little second, and I have my olive olay body wash in the shower,
Mm-hmm.
and he liked to use my shit.
Oh,
And then
I
I
use
was-
Sean stuff sometimes too.
I ain't put nothing in there. Oh no, I ain't like that. That's crazy. I just took it out the shower and put it underneath my cabinet so he couldn't use it. And he was like, he said,
Ah,
"Where's the
petty.
soap at?" And I was like,
I'm weak.
"That's okay."
Y'all are petty. I don't ever think intentionally to do things to people.
I mean, that's small petty. You know what I'm saying? It's not
I've seen bigger petty.
Oh,
but
I've seen
you
bigger
asked
petty,
for a
too.
little example, so
Yes.
that's just the first thing came to my head. But I've seen bigger petty, but I was looking at something and I was like, man, people really out here petty.
Yeah.
Like they really like intentionally want to hurt people because something was done to them.
Girl, case in point. Okay, so I know we talk about our reality shows a lot, right?
Yeah.
So I'm watching Put a Ring on It. I don't
Okay.
know if you've ever watched that.
Yeah.
It's on OWN, okay?
Mhm.
So this new season, this guy, real tall from New Orleans,
Mm-hmm.
and his girl, Shorty, she's so
She's so
short.
cute.
She's so cute. She's
Super cute.
super tiny. You've seen
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So you saw his pettiness in him screenshotting her bank information and sending that wasn't even the first part.
That must be the last
He-
episode.
That was the I'm sorry. Okay,
Oh no,
spoiler alert.
you're
Sorry,
good.
people.
You're good.
But he took her phone, locked himself in the room for hours, and went through everything in her phone, her conversations, her social media, her email, her pictures. He went through her conversations with her and her girlfriends, having conversations about him. That is private information, huh?
You heard what I said.
That's a bitch. That ain't petty.
You know, and it was so sad because at the end of that, at the end
I'm
of that,
sorry.
it's okay. At the end of that sequence, they were in the car. You know how they hook up the cameras in the car. So he gave her phone back, and she looked at her phone, and she saw that he screenshotted stuff and sent it to him, her bank information, girl. And he was, it
Why
was
was she-
a mess. Like, why are you still with? And I'm gonna tell you why she said she was still with him, because it was another instance where he put reviews on her company's website about her. Yes, in a negative way.
That's petty.
Petty. Number 2. And she said, you know what? She said, she told him, she was like, I feel like I'm with you for fear of what you're going to do if I leave you. Like how much you're going to embarrass me. Nobody wants to be with somebody like that. So that's the ultimate petty. I just said that. Just say that is the ultimate petty. He is petty, Betty. Freddie. Betty, not to put Freddie in this, but all that.
Are you serious?
Yes.
What was the whole screenshot of her financials for?
Just to, I don't know if it was to embarrass her or to use it against her.
Because she's the one got more money than him.
Right. Because they living good.
They living nice. And that was their whole thing. Like he doesn't have himself together.
Right.
So when she first, now that's the only one I've seen. I've seen the one where she was matched with the
my other homeboy from New Orleans.
He's
Hollywood.
a boxer, right?
Yeah.
Boxer.
I don't know if he's I don't know what he does, but
He does
Hollywood.
something. Yeah. So I thought they were so cute.
So handsome.
He is handsome,
He's
but
so handsome.
it makes me leery on the reason like his thing didn't work from the beginning.
Right, because they had issues too.
Yeah.
It's too soon for you, bro. He ain't ready.
It really is. But I mean, he was season 1. It's like what, season 3, 4 or something? No, 3.
He was last season, right?
No, this was season 2. This
It was
was
season
season
three?
1.
I think this is 4, isn't it?
This is 3.
Is it? Okay, so
This-
he was season 1. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Yeah.
it's been that long.
So it's been
Yeah.
a minute. So he could, have gotten himself together.
Yeah.
He could see
That's
that,
true. That's true.
everybody. Okay. Jada and Will, like, I hate to kind of maneuver over from put a ring on it to Jada and Will because they kind of just made me think about it. Okay, so did you see where they said that Jada came out with a statement and she was just like, she disagrees with how he handled the situation. She is not a woman that needs to be protected.
I did not see that.
I thought, thank you. Thank you. Jada is for the streets at this point. She is for the streets. She has put so
to the street.
yeah, she has put so many eyes on women, on married women, on how we handle things. It's taken all the backlash from how men treat us or the things that they do to push us to certain points. To now it's just looking like women cheat, women ain't shit, women is whack, women is for
You
the
think
streets.
they do that? They're
Yes.
doing that? Are
Yes.
they really? Where have I been?
Oh my gosh, girl!
Under
So
a rock.
I really was rooting for Jada and Will because I'm like, I know how I felt when I lost my hair and I didn't have alopecia.
Mhm.
Like I know how I felt.
Right.
So for somebody to make a joke about me losing my hair or me suddenly having short hair after having long hair,
Right.
I would have been like extremely pissed.
You know what? That's so true because we hold our hair so dear, and we're always told our hair is our crown,
Mm-hmm.
and to just do everything we can to protect our hair and keep up with our hair. And my hair was gone in the middle for a long, long time, and
Yeah.
I never knew what it was, and it was like so embarrassing. And I really thought that I was just going to go ahead and do a big chop and see if that helped, but it was my birth control. But it still was something that. It was like, it was an insecurity of mine because I never wanted to wear my hair down. Like, I mean, now I always wear it up because I'm so used to wearing my hair up because I always used to try to hide my hair in the middle being so short.
Yeah.
And you know who else had that problem? Ariana Grande.
Oh.
She had that problem with her hair being short in the middle. That's why she always wore her hair in a high
those
ponytail.
ponytails.
Mhm.
Okay, that makes sense.
So our hair is important to us
It's
as
definitely
women.
important. It's definitely important. So it would have made so much more sense, even if she would have private saying, well, that shit was whack. Now you got everybody looking at us like we crazy, we black, like we don't come from money and we got all the money.
Right.
Even if she would have said that in private, in public, I'm going to be down for my man. He was looking out for me. He knows what I've gone through. He knows how I feel. Even though I built up this security around my hair, and now I'm able to deal with it a different way instead of being so angry about it or being so sad about it. Still, it's a thing that happened to me,
right?
And I don't want to be I don't want to be the butt of a joke,
right? Because we like to be versatile with our hair, because the short hair looks amazing.
And it's not like
on
she
her.
had bad hair; she has gorgeous hair, like
It's
beautiful.
I mean, the short hair looks amazing on her
Yes, it
as
looks
well.
amazing
So it's
on
like,
her.
but it's like, this is all I have. Like, this is all I can do unless I slap a wig on. And if I do, people gonna know. And then it's, we have that insecurity, right?
Right. But no, she threw him under the bus for a second time.
But now he's banned from the Academy Awards.
Banned from the How do you feel about
for
that?
10 years now.
Yeah.
That's his consequence to his action.
I do believe that's his consequence. And I think he probably I don't give two FUCKs.
Well, he got his first Oscar,
Yeah,
right?
he got his Oscar. He still has all his money. You can take his money. It's not like they fined him. So, I mean.
Well, I think it, according to, I think the LA Times as well, like, he's still eligible. There's a source that says he's still eligible to receive an Oscar, even though he's banned from the Oscars.
Yeah. Who wants to go to the Oscars anyway?
I mean, I guess not no more. If you, there's a possibility of you getting smacked the fuck up. By,
I bet the comedians,
by anybody.
right? I bet the comedians will read the room a little bit different this time.
And that's so crazy, because even thinking about T.I., like, he wants to be a comedian, but he can't take the joke.
No, he can't.
So it's and that joke is personal, but at the same time, that's what comedians do. Some comedians hit below the belt. Some comedians, just like you say, Kevin Hart, they rag on themselves, right? But other times, like, you're up for scrutiny at any given moment.
Right.
So who's to say that he didn't even get up on stage before and say something bad about somebody?
Right.
But
right.
I just went off on
I
that
digress.
tangent. Yeah, I digress.
What you say?
Can I just ask one question?
Sure.
Please?
Des wants to ask a question.
Will Smith was tripping, Jada for the streets, but how does somebody white ban somebody black from an award show that's named after somebody black?
I mean, who cares? It's.
I don't even want to take it there.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that. But
I don't want to take it there. I do believe that there are consequences to every action.
You just saying it's a black name. It ain't named after nobody black.
The trophy is literally a black man named Oscar.
I don't know about that. We're gonna have to do our research on that.
Yeah.
That might be some niggerology there speaking.
I don't know, but my thing is, like Grace said, it is a consequence to his action.
Right.
And I think he should, I mean, honestly, at this point in his life, he's like, what, 53, 54, something like that. He should, I mean, he's done well from himself. He's successful.
Right.
Has a beautiful family. He has his first Oscar. He has, hundreds of thousands of other awards, so he has been acknowledged as one of the legendary actors in the world that's living right now. So,
Right.
I mean, Will's probably like, cool.
Right. So, I mean, they banned him for his quote unquote harmful behavior, which is, like we said, a consequence to his action.
Right.
And if that's what they want to impose upon him, that's what they want to impose upon him. Yeah. And he said, I accept and respect the Academy's decision. And he has no other choice but to do that, right? Like, what are you going to negate? What are you going to fuss about?
Because if they didn't do that, if the Academy didn't do that, then they would have had everybody, right, thinking it's okay. And then it would have went back, if Will can do it, why is it a consequence for me?
Right.
So they had to do something. They had to make an example out of Will.
Right.
And I'm sure Will is okay with it. He gets the severity of what he did. And I'm ready for it to die down and go back to
I am too.
Whatever.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Speaking of die down and laying to rest.
Yes.
The Real is
I know,
being
been after 8
canceled
seasons.
after 8 seasons.
You know, I really honestly stopped watching The Real after Tamar left.
I never watched The Real.
I did. I liked The Real. I did. It was the first show that I saw, and I was like, "Oh my god, I would love to do this."
It would seem dope to do.
Yeah, I mean, just with because The View looks so like snooty and political.
I think it's
and
for a certain type of
crowd.
demographic,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
the Real is for another demographic, like the more
Right.
trendier type of woman or the more
Yeah.
open type of woman. And I'm not to say that The View is not, but it's you get what
yes,
I'm saying.
Yes, it was like not as snooty as The View, but
Yeah.
not as crazy as Wendy.
You know what I thought the Real should have done, because it's about a group of women, and I think they had a man on there one time. What did
Mm-mm.
they not?
Mm-mm.
What was that? The View.
Mhm.
Okay, so The View had that. Okay,
I think
so
or
The
either-
Real should have just started to like cycle different women every season,
They did.
every single season.
No, they had a lot of like.
Yeah, but I'm
guests.
talking about like every season to make it like a little fresher, a little a newer perspective. Because
Well, I mean,
you got
kinda
Jeannie
every
Mai, you
other
got
season.
Jeannie Mai, who is it? Adrienne Bailon,
Lonnie Love,
and
Fancy.
Fancy.
You know, this
What's
is
her
how
real
we know
name? I
her
know
Fancy. Yes,
Fancy.
it started with a G.
Francesca.
Yeah, Francesca. That's it. Francesca.
Giselle Buenbo, I think her name is.
Something,
Yeah.
something French. But they went from Tamar left,
Right,
and then after a couple seasons, Tamara left,
right.
and then then they had Fancy. So I guess they
Right.
kind of
But I'm
threw
talking about like
some-
all 4 different women, just like try to recycle it. You think that would be
no?
really?
No, these women want a stable job.
Well, I mean, they ain't got no job no more.
But they did 8 seasons. Now I think it's time for them to either. I think what you're saying is instead of canceling it, they should have just
Revamped it.
Yeah, I see what
Yeah.
you're saying now.
Just do something different.
But after 8 seasons, it should be like, okay, I'm ready to venture out and do something different, and But I'm like State Farm guy.
Which one?
What's his name?
The black one?
Yeah.
Jared.
I'm like, Jared, just give me a stable job. I only do State Farm. Cool. State Farm, give me that bag. I'm cool with that.
Right.
Some
then
people
after
are
a
like
while,
that.
they're going to have to revamp State Farm, and where Jared going to go?
They are because
before Jared,
but
who
I
was
don't
it? Who
know.
was it?
Flow's still flowing.
Flow's still flowing.
You feel me?
flowing.
Flow been
Flow.
flowing for about 15 years
She's
now.
been a progressive lady forever.
Like for about 15 years
She
now. So
has.
I think Jared got some more years
And
in him.
the
hopefully
Geico lizard, he been a Geico lizard.
whoever is behind this Geico
He
lizard.
been a guy. Yeah, he the OG.
So I mean, just give me a stable job, and it gives him enough. Like Jared, it gives him enough space to try out different things. So
Yeah.
if it does come to where they look for something different, he's ready.
Jared a whole star out
He's
here.
a host. Like they followed him. He was sitting on the first row at the game.
Yes,
I
saw
was
that.
like, okay,
He said like a
Jared.
good neighbor. The boy didn't
I
say State Farm. He said, say my shit. State Farm is there, nigga.
Right. I love it.
That was cool though.
Okay, y'all. So we got a couple of questions that we just gonna throw at each other.
But let's talk about where the questions came from, because we just talked about The Real.
Yep.
And you had sent me this clip from The Real, and they
Yep.
were talking about some questions, and they always wanted to know, right?
Yes.
So it's kind of like Never Have I Ever, but it's with a little twist.
Yeah, with a little twist.
So go ahead.
So we looked at I didn't look at the entire episode. We just looked at a couple clips, and I was just like, man, these are some. I think we only got like 2 questions from them, but
Yeah.
But the concept was really great for what we were trying to do this episode.
Right.
So I guess I can start.
ahead.
I can start.
Let's start.
Okay. What keeps you up at night?
I don't golly, a lot
Really?
keeps me up at night.
Yeah. I think for me, the thing that keeps me up at night is knowing that I'm doing or I'm living my purpose-filled life. I don't want to get to that one day that God says, "Oh, it's her time,"
Uh-huh.
and I haven't done what he had for me to do on earth.
Okay. I mean, I totally understand and agree with that.
Yeah.
I don't think that particularly keeps me up at night, because I just feel like this life is a journey that I'm on, and I'm on the path that God wants me to be on. Because if I did not feel that way, I would be convicted of that. I would kind of feel that in my heart. So I just feel like I'm on the right path. Oh, we dropping in front of you. So, but I think what keeps me up at night is trying to figure out ways to be more creative. And I have dreams about it, and I just feel like when I dream about it, then it gets me up, and then I start to become more creative. But the things that keep me up, it's just like just trying to make sure that I'm like being the best person that I can be, and being more creative in my craft. So I think that's the only thing right now in this present moment that's keeping me up at night.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, that's mine. We can move on. We can move on.
Okay, so what's one thing that you struggle with?
Ooh. One thing I struggle with. Damn. Just one thing?
I mean, it could change.
For me, I think it's
open question.
Yeah, I think for me it's more so mental health. Yeah.
Okay, so you struggle with mental health. So how do
Yeah.
you control that, or how do you get that in order? Because if it's a struggle, you
Yeah.
don't want to continue to struggle in it, right?
That's true. I don't want to continue the struggle with it. But I've been dealing with it for so long. Just like I talked to you about earlier, just kind of getting down or whatever, depressed, whatever you want to call it. I don't try not to call it depressed. I just be like,
And
I'm in a
sometimes
funk.
it is what it is, and it's
It really
okay.
do. It is what it is, and I
Yeah.
can start like now in my older age. I start to you know how some people, you can see depression on people, or they start going through things, their body starts going through things.
Right.
And I know at one point in my life, I lost my hair, I started having headaches and stuff like that. Like, my body lets me know when shit ain't right.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So me going, that's probably one of my struggles. And as far as how I keep myself together is really God. I immerse myself into right. Because he deserves that.
Yes.
Because I immerse myself into the word of God and praying, and I have to, because he, like, that centers me. Just listening to gospel music, listening to praise music, praising, worshiping, praying. That kind of centers me back, because that's the only source that keeps me balanced.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I've noticed that people think when they see me or when they meet me, they think I'm like, I have it all together, but I don't. So, when people like throw stones and sticks and shit, that's why it hurt, because I don't have it all together.
Well, no one has it all together.
Nobody has it all together. But some people don't really deal with everything other people are dealing with, if that makes sense.
It makes total sense.
Yeah.
Not everybody deals with the same thing. Everybody has their struggles. Everybody has things that they go through.
Right.
But I just think that if you're in control of it, or if you acknowledge it, let's not say control. If you acknowledge it and you work towards fixing those things, I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah. Therapy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Having someone, I just said this on TikTok. Went on a rant on TikTok. But Sunday I was in Atlanta with my friends. One of my best friends is getting married, and we were wedding dress shopping for her. And I woke up on Sunday just in a bad mood, just like
for no reason.
For like absolutely no reason. And certain things just started going through my head, like you're at a standstill, like, shit is not popping off like you want it to pop off, or things are not aligning like you want it to align. And I was such in a rut that when we were at brunch, I couldn't stop crying.
Really?
I had to go and sit in the bathroom. And I call Whitney because that's the one person that makes me laugh the most. She made me laugh, and she got me back in good. I know, and I got back in good spirits, and I was able to go and
I could just
amongst the people.
I could just hear with friend. You don't need to be out there crying, friend.
Friend, you too fly for this shit.
I love me so Whitney.
That's it, and you have to have that one. That's what I was saying. You have to have that one person that encourages you, even if they're not super close to you.
Right.
For instance, our workplace. You know this because I've been dealing with you for a long time. As many people threw bullshit at me.
Yeah.
I had 3 more people that encouraged me.
Of course.
And if you continuously look at the people that is always trying to bring you down, that's always trying to find that one thing that pushes your button or it makes you shameful or whatever it is, you're going to always be in a rut. You're going to always be sinking. You're going to always never be the person that you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I kept hearing from so many people, don't let people dim your light. Don't let people dim your light. Because it was getting to that point where it was like, yo, I can't even be myself.
Yeah.
Like, even if I wake up and I'm in a bad mood or something, and I come to this place and I see people, they're not going to be happy even if I bring happy vibes to them. You know what I'm saying?
Well, then they don't matter. And at a certain point, you have to get to that realization. Like, you can't let people live rent free. In your space, in your energy, in your head, if they're not providing anything positive to your life. Like, so why even pay attention to their negativity? They're not anybody like important in your life.
Yeah.
Even if they are someone of importance to you.
Yeah.
And they bring negative vibes, like, you really have to learn how to get past that, because just imagine how much time you waste wallowing in that, like, that thought process, right? So I think it's important to kind of, if they don't matter and they don't bring value, then I think it's important to, like, let that go and be intentional about not thinking about people who don't bring value into your life.
Right.
Yeah.
The problem is a lot of people are not like you. I tell anybody, like, we are truly a team. Like,
We are.
What one person lacks, the other person makes up for. I'm not very assertive. I'm not very aggressive. I'm not really going to, like, if something's wrong, I'm not going to be the person that brings it up. You know, you are, and I got your back.
Right.
You know, if it happens, I got your back. But I'm also, like, I'm the person that's more of do you call it creative or the I have the imagination, you know, I'm the visionary.
There you go, visionary.
Yeah, I'm the visionary. And we just kind of make up for what the other don't have. And I think that's important, you know, especially with people that are not like that. They're not forthcoming. They're not somebody that's like, this shit can fall off your shoulders. You have to really engage yourself with a crew or with a person or with God, and allow yourself to step back, reset, and move on. So
your struggle is pretty much letting people get in your head.
I'm getting really good, really better. I really am getting better with that.
Okay.
Because I'm such a what's the word? I'm such a, like, what you call it, like rainbows and cotton candy, like, you know, woo 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 type person.
Sinclair.
Yeah, I'm a Sinclair. Like, it's 5'10", but I'm also I'm like the positive person. I try to be the positive person, but when you bring negativity around me, I'm also an empath. So I kind of feed off what you're giving me. And it's hard for me to detach from it. Yeah. But I'm learning to detach from it, or it's not even to. Yes, it's a process.
It's perfect. Definitely a process.
Perfect.
Okay, so
What you struggle with?
I was about to get past that question because I didn't think he was going to. Skirt. I think I struggle with my emotions.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm a highly emotional person, whether it's on the happiest of happiest
Yeah.
scales or the lowest of the I want to cry all
Yeah.
the time scales. So I struggle with my emotions. I've always struggled with my emotions. So I think now at this point in life, because I do go to therapy, I'm trying to learn how to manage my emotions. Not to say that I should not be an emotional person, but some things I do get emotional about that I evoke the wrong emotion.
Right.
So if I am sad about something, if I'm sad about something and if it's not received as sadness, then I get angry.
Okay.
Because if I don't get an emotion from the sadness, I know I'm going to get an emotion from the anger.
Right.
So if I can get any emotion, then that's fine. And then one thing my therapist did tell me, she was just like, Grace, you know you don't have to get any emotion from anybody, right? And I was just like, what are you talking about? Like, she really puts me in my place. And I really like her for that reason, because she's not a you're right, you do this right. I had told her something that happened and she was like, girl. She stopped and she was saying, girl, I feel offended.
Yeah.
And I was like, really? And she was like, yeah, like you
Aw.
should never have said that. And I was like, damn. So I'm like, okay, I understand now. Like, I need to hone back on my emotions, because a lot of people have always told me, like, I talk hard, like I'm, like you said, I'm very for to the forefront, forthcoming with my opinion. But there's things that I can say in a different way.
Yeah.
So I struggle with my emotions, but I'm learning how to
manage
my emotions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
What is one thing you think most married couples fight about?
Nothing. Absolutely
Sex.
nothing. Really? You think so? Like the lack of?
Probably.
Okay. Elaborate for me.
Okay, so I was listening to Kadeen. I was listening to the Breakfast Club today. And it had to be an old episode with Kadeen and Deval.
Mm-hmm.
And they were just, I listened to the whole thing, and they were just talking about how he said, one day she told him, she was like, okay. He was like, because y'all see the cute Kay now. He said, but usually Kay don't have no makeup on. She this, blah, blah, blah. He said, but one day they had like the podcast and she dressed up and she had that ponytail that I like, that ponytail. And she was like, all right, Deval, tonight I'm going to give it to you, right? He said later on that night, he got to a point where he was ready. She even took the ponytail off. He was like, and then went to the next day. He said she had to dress up that day. He said she was looking good. She was like, tonight I'm gonna give it to you. Tonight it's going down. Nothing happened. He was like 4 days passed, and she was like, he was mad because he said that you told him that this is what you were going to do. But
you know what? I'm surprised, and I feel like really nice that he gave her the opportunity, and he didn't like make the move on her. Like, he gave her the opportunity to make the move on him, because most men, if they want it, they're just gonna be like, they're gonna be touchy feely.
I mean, that's not to say that he wasn't touchy-feely.
That's not to say. I don't know. And she just probably would have been like,
I'm tired. Yeah, because, and what she was saying was, when we first got married, when she was 27, 28, with no kids, rabbits.
Right.
Rabbits. But shit changes when, you have
career.
Yeah.
They have, what, 4 boys?
4 now.
4 boys.
Yeah.
Boys.
Yes.
And not even, even if it was girls, it'd still be the same. It's like hectic. Like, you have 4 children, careers, other obligations. Fitting sex in is important. Mm-hmm. But at that point, do you have to really schedule it?
Personally, as a married couple, I don't think it's I don't think it's anything wrong with scheduling sex. Now, before I get,
does it take the
before I
romance
get
out? Like, are we
stones
going to
thrown at
have
my
sex
head?
on Tuesday at 9 p.m. once we put the kids down? Like, is that sexy though?
It may not be sexy, but I'm not saying our entire married lives are going to be okay. Only on Tuesdays at 8:37, we're going to knock boots. No,
Knock boots.
Right? No, it's not going to be that. I'm just saying, like, in order to bring some order to our life. And it's not like
some pleasure.
And some pleasure.
Right.
Because every now and again we may have date night. Somebody may come keep the kids.
Right.
We might go out of town and we might get straight frisky.
So I think that's a better alternative.
Yeah.
Call it a date night, because date night is automatically going to be sexy time, sex night. Okay.
Yeah.
Because the kids are gone. We have the time to ourselves. If we want to get a room, we can get a room.
Right.
We
See,
spend the
now
night.
that I think she made another really good example or point.
Mm-hmm.
She said that when they got into their career and he started traveling, like going away two weeks at a time,
Mm-hmm.
she was like, I really think that is so good for relationships, because she was just like how he would call, she would be going to get her nails done. You know how I told you it take me like 3 hours to get my nails done. And she was like, Devon would be like, damn, you still there? And, and she was like, yeah, I can't answer the phone because I'm getting my nails done. And she was like, I'm trying to give him space to miss me, because we're together. We work together. We live together. We take care of, right. And I thought about you. So I was like, man, if I was to think about a perfect marriage, my perfect marriage would be me and my husband being able to travel for our careers.
Yeah.
Just
That's
couple
the goal.
days. It is the goal.
That's the goal.
A couple days away from each other allows you to yearn for your spouse.
Yeah.
It allows you to have a reset, just want them even more if you haven't seen them in a couple days.
Which is true. I mean, I miss mine after a few hours, but I mean, because he goes to work now full time, and he's not at home anymore, and I'm still at home. So it's like, now that he's away, honestly,
but that's a big difference.
It is
that you guys were at home together.
Yeah.
Now he's gone 8 hours.
Because I would see him all the time. I walk downstairs. There you are, nigga, in the refrigerator. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Stop eating my food.
What are you doing
in the refrigerator?
Right.
But now I do miss like the things that I used to do for him, like do his lunch, make his lunch, or like just when he comes home, how was your day?
Right.
What have you been doing or whatever? But I totally get that. Like, the absence really does make the heart grow fonder.
It does.
So, I mean, a little space and time is nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
What you got, girl?
Okay, let me ask you. I always wanted to know. When did you start watching porn?
Oh shit, real young, let me tell you something. let me give y'all a little something. Okay, so y'all know I grew up in a church household. But anyways, I lived in Glen Oaks, so we weren't. But somebody in Glen Oaks had Playboy, and I got the backlash off of it. And I must have been like,
you didn't even have to watch through the static.
I watched through the static.
Oh, you watched through the static.
I was like, what is going on? I ain't seen nothing but titties and ass, and I was like, I'm here for it. And I had to be like,
how old were you?
I had to be like in elementary school.
I think everybody's kind of first encounter with some kind of
like 5th, 6th grade,
something.
But let me tell you,
in elementary,
my mama called me.
God, I love your mama, but doggone it, she be catching you in everything,
man. She catch me in everything.
She caught you when you had sex. Not caught you, but she found out.
Yes, like she called me in the middle of the night up watching porn.
No, she did.
Because I would stay up. I would stay up. I was addicted at like 10. I was a freak. I didn't even know what freak meant.
Right. Like, I was like, do I really want to do that? Ooh. Why is she screaming? It looks good. I would have to say I was around the same age, like in elementary, but because I am a little older than you, and not to say that porn wasn't on VHS, but that just wasn't kept in my house.
Mm-hmm.
But I did have 2 older brothers,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I
They
went in
probably
there.
had Playboy magazines and
It
stuff.
was the magazines that I saw, and I was just in their room being a sister, being like nosy.
Mhm.
So I lift the mattress up, and lo and behold,
There
it's
it
a
go.
titty magazine.
Titty.
I'm looking, I'm like, what? And then I'm like, hair on the vagina? This was before I had hair on the vagina. I was like, they have hair
That's when they
on the
was.
vagina?
That's before they was, bald as a
Waxing,
baby.
right?
I'm
But-
so weak.
I was like, I was young. I was really
Yeah.
young, but it intrigued me. I think that's why, I don't know, maybe that's why I've had an obsession with boobs since I was young.
Really?
I don't know. I like breasts.
I like booty.
Is that?
I'm a
real?
booty
I'm
girl.
a breast woman.
So when I
don't
go
know.
into the club, I don't want to see nothing but booty popping. If she ain't got no big booty, then I don't want to see her.
Show cleavage to me. See,
And
that's the
really?
thing. Yeah.
Okay, so
Maybe
I
that
mean,
was the first impression that I got from cleavage. It's like, damn, these jugs look really nice and full.
and
Like they look very scrumptious, like
Scrumptious
just wanna play with it.
delicious.
So yeah, I mean,
Yes.
that was my first experience.
Okay, so my question is,
Okay.
with your single friends,
Uh-huh.
have you ever overheard them talk about their sexual fantasies?
Overheard them. We
Yes.
talked about them personally.
Oh, what
with
is
one
it?
another.
What is it? Because we like to talk about sexual fantasies with our friends that are,
We do
because we kind of like clink 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 clink. We got the.
I'm not gonna say who it is.
No,
Of
don't
course
tell us
not.
who it is.
Of course not. I'm
just,
never
just
gonna
what's
say
the
it.
fantasy?
2 men and
With
a
both of
woman.
them?
Yeah.
Wow,
With
that
just
is
one
a
person,
strong
yes.
woman. You hear
I
me?
mean, they got to be gentle. I mean, I guess you give the men instructions. They're at your disposal. So, I mean, whatever you want to do with the 2 men, we've discussed. But, it's just a 2 men fantasy. And they just want, a little little DP.
double
A little
dipping.
DP.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
That's not mine, but
I do.
you
do mind.
You want?
No, ma'am.
No, I said that's not mine.
Oh, that's why I
Yeah.
thought you said I do mind. I
No.
said, yeah, me too. I don't
I
mind.
mind.
I mind.
Hey, whatever
No,
your
I don't-
fantasy is your
Yeah,
fantasy.
No, I don't mind about your but I wouldn't want that.
I don't want double penetration.
No, don't do that.
Unless it's with like a toy.
No, I don't
Am
even
I-
want that.
Really?
No.
No.
You got
I
give
would.
me a rose with my man.
I mean, it's gonna be with my man. It's
No,
like
I'm
he's
saying-
gonna be
I'm
one
saying, like-
penetration, and then the toy is gonna be the other penetration.
No, I don't
Double
want.
penetra-
Oh no, I'm
that's
good.
not
Nope.
okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Well, that's to each his own, Cham. Okay.
That's why I said give me the rose. Stimulate up there.
The
You know.
clitoris?
Yeah, I was trying not to be so vulgar.
Girl, please. Okay, so
That's funny.
would you ever circle? Okay,
Yep.
I always
I'm
wanted.
just
I always wanted to know: would you ever circle the block and get with someone you once loved?
Yep.
You would.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Especially if it was
Tell
good.
me.
If it was good,
Okay,
I
so-
definitely would.
But
Because they're familiar.
they're familiar.
You got a lot of
know
creeps
them.
out here.
Yeah, I know. You might as well recycle,
Yeah.
reduce, reuse, recycle. Go back to
I mean,
the
for real. I was just talking to a friend and she was just talking about this girl that she knows that, she clearly has a man. They got a whole family together. They're not married,
Oh.
but she has a whole family. And she says she circles the block with a dude. They went to high school with her. He familiar.
But high school familiar and adult familiar, I would think would be different. I would never circle
I
the
don't
block with
think-
someone
don't
I would be
think
with from high school.
Wait, I don't think they got together when they were in high school. They started getting together when they were in their adulthood.
Okay,
So
I
she
mean,
circled back around
yeah, I mean, not
to
in,
him.
but he's from high school.
No, like they started talking when they were
Uh-huh.
adults, but they
Okay.
just went to high school together.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's different because yeah, I wouldn't circle the block
No,
with somebody I was in
absolutely
high
not.
school with.
I'm good on that.
I didn't know
Definitely.
myself in high school.
Mm-mm.
I barely knew myself in the 20s.
And then most people you got with in high school, you look at them now, you be like, Lord, thank you, Jesus.
oh, because they
Hallelujah.
was
They were dusty.
How many men
No
have
way.
you seen from your high school who were like the shit in high school and they just look so trash now?
A lot of
A
them.
lot of them. I'm like, damn, like you used to be like
The shit.
them women them little girls used to be on your And now you just look trash.
Trash. What you got?
Okay. Let me see. Okay, so I always wanted to know, how has being a mother and a wife changed you? That's a 2-part question.
That's so funny because the question that I did remember, y'all, all my questions got deleted somehow. Anyways, but the one question I did, 2 questions, but one of them was, do you have mommy guilt? That's funny. Okay. What was the question one more time?
It's a 2-part question.
Okay.
How has being a mother and a wife changed you?
Wow.
Start with being mom.
Okay. Much more let me see. I'm much less selfish. Much less selfish.
So you only became less selfish when you became a mom?
Let my sister and my brother tell it. I was a little spoiled, but I don't think I was spoiled. I am a Gemini. I'm very free spirited. So sometimes free spirited people don't really take no as an answer. It's kind of like, you say no, okay, I'm gonna go to the next person. It's not like a no, okay, it was a no, I'm gonna leave it alone now. No, I'm gonna go to my dad, I'm gonna go to my brother, somebody gonna say yes. Right. So it wasn't that I was spoiled. It was just that I really didn't take
You were
no
relentless.
Yes, I was relentless.
Yeah.
But with children, I am much more selfless than I used to think. I don't really think of now. I am, and that's what brought me to the question of mommy guilt. But now I am a little bit more selfish because I think another one of my struggles is thinking that I am not going to be fulfilled in life. I'm not going to allow myself to be fulfilled. Yeah, I'm going to be so engulfed in my children, in my husband, in that life that I'm not going to fulfill the things that I actually wanted out of life.
That's so odd because for me, that's what I've always wanted. Like a husband and a family and kids. I mean, really. I mean,
no, but
I never
got
wanted
them
really
so early.
kids. But if I did, I mean, because I had a child so early, I really wanted that family structure. So that was really a goal of mine.
Yeah.
So I've always wanted that. But how has being a wife changed you?
Oh my God. For the better or the worse? Which one? I'm just kidding.
I mean, it's a scale.
Yeah, it is. It's a balance.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've learned to humble myself when it comes to being a wife. Being a wife was very much so a humbling experience.
Hell, being married is a humbling experience.
Right. It was a humbling experience.
It's a baptism.
It is. It's a great thing, of course, but it teaches you a lot about yourself.
Yeah.
It teaches you the type of character you have, how you treat people, how you want to be treated. So I think I learned a lot about who I am when it came to marriage because I really had to look in the mirror when things went wrong or when things would go wrong or when things went right or whatever it was. I had to look in the mirror and say, how did I play a part in this?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you do play a part because that's your spouse.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's not a one-sided thing. I don't care if this person hit you. Like, are you not standing up for yourself? Are you not?
No, we wrestling. We about to be rumbling in the jungle.
You know what did I give off? Not saying that it's your fault. You know, at all. Not saying that
it takes two.
It's your fault if you are being abused.
Yeah, let's call it like it is.
Right. I'm trying to keep my words right. If you're being abused, it's not because of that. It's not your fault. But like, I think you do have to look in the mirror and see how am I playing a part in what's going on in my marriage or in my relationship. So for you, how has being a mother and a wife changed your life?
Y'all, the conversations.
Sorry. My bad.
I mean, for me personally, being a mother at such a young age changed my life completely because I had to learn how to grow up. I had to learn how to do the things that I didn't want to do, and I had to do it with, I just had to do it. So I mean, it changed my life for the best. I love my baby. Like, he was a blessing. He is a blessing to me, and love him. But I never really wanted to have. I never thought about having children. I can't say I never wanted to have children. I just never really thought about having children until I had him. Yeah. And still, my BFF to this day, I love him. And being a wife for me changed me because I went from being the mother role into being the wifely role. So it was a transition, but I love being a wife. I wouldn't trade it for anything. I don't know. I mean, it's changed me in a way where I really have, it humbles you, like you say.
It does.
It humbles you. It really is like, bitch, sit down.
What you thought you were,
You think you know, but you have no idea.
You have no idea.
You have no idea. But it really has humbled me. I love the experience. It is a challenge. And I think because I love challenging things, that I love being married. But it also, I like growing with someone. Mm-hmm. And I really don't want to be older and not have experienced life with someone. And that's one thing I really wanted with the person that I did marry. Because I always wanted to get married, but I never thought I would want to have children. Mm-hmm. But I always wanted to be with someone I have fun with, that I travel with, that we party with, that we just experience life together. Yeah. So I feel like that's what I'm experiencing. Yeah. Not to say it does not come with its troubles, because it does.
I know you had Warren early, but do you think you ever experienced mommy guilt?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah. I'm experiencing that now.
In this moment?
Yes, in this season. Because I am so like, I'm grinding right now. Yeah. I'm trying to push my dreams and my goals. Yeah. Something I wish I would have did 10 years ago. Yeah. But I'm doing it now. And then, I still have my girls that are Parker wants to play basketball. Parker wants to, act. She wants me to put her in drama and stuff like that. Like, and I'm like, oh, how do I balance my things and my kids' things?
It's a sacrifice. You have to make a sacrifice. Because I was doing my master's while when I moved here, but at the same time, it's like Warren was in a transition. I was in a transition. I'm in this marriage. We're in a different place. So I had to sacrifice. I'm like, do I still continue my master's, or do I take time away from him? So I'm just like, okay, well, let me stop my master's. So I'm not going to do my master's anymore. So that was a sacrifice I had to make. Yeah. So I did, because I felt guilty about not spending time with him, because I knew this transition was going to be hard for him, or difficult, or just, it was going to change him in a way. Right. So yeah, I always felt mommy guilt. Always. Yeah. Even when I was getting my undergrad, I still had to go to practices. I still had to do the plays, projects. And if I had to pawn it off on somebody else, I'm just like, oh no, he hates me. Yeah, I'm supposed to be there with him, but all the while he's having fun. Like, look what we did. And
I'm not missing nothing. I don't care. Like, that's why I think I'm pushing the type of career and the lifestyle that I want.
Entrepreneurship.
Yeah, the lifestyle that I want in general. I just want to be able to be there for everything.
Yeah. I have one more question for the road. Okay. Make it quick. Yes or no? I always wanted to know, do you think choosing one person for the rest of your life is a good choice?
It's the only choice, but do I think, because we've talked about this before.
Someone's in the background shaking their head no, but we've talked about
this before. If I was God, I don't think I would have made Adam only for Eve or Eve only for Adam. I think I would have threw a Steve and a Tanya in there,
like, what y'all want?
Just one more, because it's hard to get everything you want out of one person.
Well, you're never going to do that.
But it's hard. But it's hard. Sometimes it makes being in a marriage difficult. Yeah. Because you're expecting certain things from this one person, and it's not fair to that one person. But think about if you had two. Like,
that's two headaches. Worse, that's two headaches. 2 headaches. 3 headaches. 4 headaches.
I'm just saying, I'm a one man's girl. I'm a one girl man. I like just having one person. But I'm just saying, if I were God, which I'm not, I would have made, to where we can be with multiple people.
Okay, so that don't answer my question. Do you think choosing one person for the rest of your life
That
is
was
a
the
good
best I
choice?
can do, because I'm married to one man. I am with one man. I am going to be with that one man. So I know the best I can answer. How do you feel?
That note,
How do you feel?
I chose to be with one person for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So that's my choice.
Yeah.
And I can choose not to. So at the same, that's just where I am in life right now. I want to be with that one person.
Yeah.
And if we come to an impasse where we don't want to be with each other, then that's a choice that we have to make. But in this moment and forever, that's how I feel. I want to be with that one person.
Yeah.
Because thanks, Daz. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yay. Woohoo.
So no Adam, Steve, Tanya, and Kim.
If that's what if that's what we decide to
within the marriage, right.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, like the Nigerians have, they might be able to get this from this person, but this person over here is super romantic. So I'm not missing out on having a protector, but also having a super romantic person.
So it would be nice to, I'm guessing you're like, you want somebody to romance you, and then you want the provider.
I know I would like all that in one person, but that's
that
too much to expect out of one person. Like you're going to be
though?
upset.
Is it?
It's yes, because they expect all these things out of us. They expect us to be a mom, a wife, a maid,
so why
a
is
soccer
it so
mom,
much for us to expect that? What we want from them,
because they expect it out of us, but that's not to say that we're giving that 100% of the time.
Nobody's ever going to give 100% of anything.
Absolutely, that's why I just said Tanya's Kim.
Hey,
but anyway,
Keisha,
no,
Felicia.
we're monogamous over here, you guys.
And on that note,
I have one question.
What
to end it?
Okay,
what is your passion for life? Like, what is it that you want to do at the end of your life on your obituary? What do you want it to say that you gave to the world?
Some love and energy.
Yes, I love that. Plants.
I do. Love
good plants.
and positive energy into this world. That's all I want to give to this world.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like if I give that, then it's going to give it back to me. I really
love that.
do.
I love that.
I'm on my peace and love.
Peace and love.
What about you?
Mine, I think, would be I have a really funness for being a mentor to young women, to young people in general, but just to encourage or inspiration to people. So I want to make sure that I go through life just not being this one person, but being able to reach out and service other people is my passion.
And when I say peace and love, I just really want people to see God in me.
Yes.
Like, I'm not perfect.
That is my prayer all the time.
Me
Lord,
too.
when people come in contact with me, that
just
they see your light.
Yes. Because I know I'm not perfect, and I know we put a lot of emphasis on trying to be perfect and do things perfect and look perfect and be style perfect and all this other stuff.
Yep.
That's not what I want to give out to this world. Like, I want to put out love. Like, you say you're a church girl, and God said above all these things, love your neighbor as you love yourself. So I want to put love and positive energy out in this world.
Yeah. Love it. Love it. There, y'all, this was our episode. Our little bonus episode. We just wanted to give a little fun.
Yes.
This episode.
A little insight into us.
That's it.
So Ladonna, tell the people where to follow you.
Girl, on Instagram, y'all can, on all platforms, y'all can follow me at Naturally Pretty. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Except for Facebook, I am Ladonna Hardy Allen.
And you guys can find me at Grace Face with 2 underscores on IG. I think I'm at the same on Twitter and
think so.
Facebook, on TikTok, which I'm really not on. I got on and it's just
You're doing good.
it
on
ain't
TikTok,
for
girl.
me. It's my Grace Face with 2 underscores if you won't follow 'em, but I ain't doing nothing on there. But if you guys want to hit us up, if you have any questions, if you want to be on the show, hit us up at ask2dopegirls@gmail.com. That's ASK, the number 2, dopegirls@gmail.com. And until next week,
2 dope girls and
bye.
Dope girl, dope the dope girls. Dope girls, dope the dope girls. Dope, the dope girl. Dope the dope girl. Now I